Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the Treacherous Tanya review. This time you guys voted on Twitter with a 38.8% for Treacherous Tanya. So let's get into it and have a closer look at her. Treacherous Tanya is part of the martial artist and outworld class, and her passive is called Operative. Tanya disables her opponent's equipment card on any successful special attack. Power Drain has a reduced effect on her teammates. Tanya's gear piece are the Kobujutsu Blade, and they give you 50% basic attack damage boost, 30% special attack 1 and 2 unblockable chance for Tanya characters only, and 25% chance to convert 50% damage to health on special attack 1. In terms of her feats of strength, she has to perform 2000 special 1 attacks to unlock her rune. She has to win 750 matches in Faction Wars for her victory stances. For the taunts, she has to perform 250 Xray / Fatal Blow attacks. For the icons, she has to knock out 500 Kitana enemies. For her backgrounds, she has to perform 3000 combo enders. And for her titles, she has to perform 1500 special 2 attacks. And now we are going to have a look at her victory stances one by one, starting with Double Down. The next one is No Chance. The third one is Show Off Skill. And exclusive for Treacherous Tanya only is Bring to Heal. And on your victory screen it will look like this. Now I am going to show you all her backgrounds. Next up we have the icons. And finally the titles. Treacherous Tanya has one combo ender, and there is no special effect tied to it. And once again, when doing combo enders, I really like to apply the Vial of Infinite Blood to give some extra bleed damage, as you can see here. And also another very positive point, despite the fact that she only has one combo ender, at least this one gives her a lot of power gain during the execution of this combo ender. And also a plus is that she can get very fast from one combo ender to the next, and the combo enders come out quite easy. Her special one is called the Ankle Cutter, and as already mentioned in the passive, if this one is successful, it will disable one piece of gear your opponent is wearing. Besides that, it has a luck effect tied to it, which will increase the critical hit chance for Tanya, and of course the special one attack is also able to knock out your opponents. Tanya's special 2 is called the Bird of Prey, and this one has a power gain effect tied to it, which means that your power will increase way faster with every attack you launch on your opponents, so you can get very fast from one special attack to your next. And just as the special one, the special 2 is also capable of destroying your enemy's gear. And of course, it also is very amazing to knock out your opponents, especially because it deals a whole lot of damage. And also if you're combining it with her Kobujutsu Blades, this attack can break up the block and be basically like an unblockable attack. Another thing worth a mention is that she can be evaded by Jade, but the retaliation of Jade will miss once she performs a special 2, which means that this attack is always safe against Assassin Jade. Although we had one update where they kind of messed it up, but it was soon changed back to normal. Tanya's Xray is called the Up and Over and has a crippling effect tied to it. And aside from dealing a lot of damage, this cripple effect is usually intended to cripple the entire opponent team. So if she knocks an opponent out with this Xray, or the opponent tags out afterwards in case he survived, the next opponent will be not able to use any special attacks for a few seconds. But that also changes from update to update, and also depends on resistance to the buffs. Pretty much like in this case here. And since there is not really a visual effect tied to her passive, let's move on because there is nothing I could show you here. If I think way back to the beginning of my very first MK Mobile days, Treacherous Tanya was the very first challenge character I was able to win or obtain via a challenge. And back then I've been playing her a lot, since she was basically the strongest character I had on my roster. But as it usually goes, after a while you unlock more characters, and in this case Treacherous Tanya was not really one of the characters I played that much anymore, especially because I prefer the Kobujutsu variation way more than the Treacherous. And also back in the day the Kobujutsu variation had more of a golden look instead of that yellow and black, which is why I called the Treacherous variation always the Bumblebee Tanya. But now since the Kobujutsu variation is also kind of changed to the yellow and black, there is not that much of a difference anymore, at least not visually. I'm using Treacherous Tanya mainly to deal with Jade, simply because she can dodge her retaliation attack after she evades a special attack or a special attack attempt. In this regard, Treacherous Tanya is a very useful tool, and I highly recommend for you to have her in your collection. And of course, Treacherous Tanya shines the most on higher fusions, especially when you have maxed out her gear piece. So that was Treacherous Tanya for you in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed it. Casey over and out for today.
Thank you for watching, Realm. If you enjoyed the slaughter and the bloodshed, you can support the channel by clicking on the like button. You can also click on one of the 2 videos presented by Baraka here. Also make sure that you are subscribed and click the bell notification icon to be notified upon new uploads. You all know the drill. Wound not kill, have a good one, and see you next time.